Today's topic is the India Alliance, and you'll know why in just a moment, viewer. It is the biggest political bloc against the BJP, but it is fed up with the Congress party leading the charge and leading the alliance. This is not my opinion. It's happening out there in full public view. Without taking Rahul Gandhi's name explicitly, India Alliance parties, nearly all of them, are fed up of his brand of leadership and choice of issues. Inside and outside Parliament, right now, the India Alliance parties are involved in an open war over what ought to be debated first in the House. While every other member of the bloc believes it's a bad idea for the considerable political bandwidth of the India Alliance to be devoted solely to the Adani issue, the Rahul Congress is simply unwilling to have it any other way, which is why from stickers on jackets to COVID masks to actual masks today of Modi and Adani in Parliament, as you can see in these pictures, the Congress appears to be mocking not just the Modi government, but even its own allies. So where does that leave the India Alliance? Well, formed as a united front to challenge the BJP's political dominance and ostensibly save democracy from khatra, the India Alliance now faces a defining moment. Murmurs for fresh alliance leadership have escalated into outright public demands by virtually every member of the alliance in light of the Congress party's abysmal performance in Haryana and Maharashtra. These defeats are not isolated events, viewer. They are symptomatic of a deeper problem within the Congress party, a problem that threatens to weigh down the alliance as it strives to present a credible alternative to the BJP for an endless cycle of elections that stretch before the country in the run-up to the next national fight in 2029. If you're wondering why Shiv is focusing once again on the opposition, it's because after the Lok Sabha results just a few months ago, there was every sense that democracy had been saved, that the opposition had created a more equitable structure in our political landscape that had been dominated for a decade by the Modi BJP. Well, it seems that all of that has simply evaporated after a few small state elections. One of the most glaring issues is the Congress party's refusal to introspect on these failures. In Haryana and then in Maharashtra, the Congress party has failed to read the political pulse, mobilize effectively, and address voter concerns. It has taken the numbers from the Lok Sabha election as a reason to simply stop repairing its organizational structure. Yet, instead of acknowledging all of these shortcomings, the Congress has consistently avoided accountability. This lack of self-reflection sends a clear signal to its allies. The party is unwilling or perhaps unable to change. For a coalition built on mutual strength and adaptability, this is an alarming flaw. After significant gains, like I just said, in the 2024 Lok Sabha election, the Congress had a real, meaningful, promising opportunity to rebuild its base and capitalize on that momentum. Instead, it has squandered that goodwill through complacency and lack of strategic vision. While other India Alliance members feel they've worked tirelessly to consolidate their positions, the Congress has been content to rest on its laurels, assuming that past successes will carry it forward. This miscalculation, viewer, has cost the alliance dearly in key states, eroding its credibility and morale. It has come to a point where India Alliance parties are flinching from what they see as a Congress curse. In which other situation would you see the Uddhav Thackeray's and the Sharad Pawar's and the Mamata Banerjee's and the Akhilesh Yadav's of the world have their parties take such direct potshots at the Congress party? You might think that Shiv Aroor is tainted because he's been boycotted by the Congress since last year. But it isn't even me saying this. This is literally the India Alliance members who are calling for a leadership change. And this public upbraiding of the Congress is far from surprising and goes beyond the usual cracks in the coalition. Despite its repeated failures, the Congress continues to act as though it is entitled to lead the India Alliance. The sense of entitlement stems from its historical legacy as the nation's preeminent political party. However, history is not enough. to win elections or inspire confidence, and the Congress's sheer size is no longer able to carry its weight. The reality is that the Congress, with its current trajectory, is the weakest link in the coalition's efforts to take on the BJP directly. Leadership in the India alliance should be determined by effectiveness, not outdated prestige, seems to be the rationale for this public demand for a change in leadership, which basically is calling for Rahul Gandhi / Mallikarjun Kharge to step aside. Much of the Congress's strategic drift can be traced to Rahul Gandhi's leadership, however. While Gandhi has championed issues like crony capitalism, Adani, social justice, his focus often seems disconnected from the immediate concerns of the electorate. He holds aloft the constitution even in state elections, topics that resonate deeply with urban intellectuals and activists, like during the Lok Sabha election, frequently fail to strike a chord with rural and working class voters who are more concerned with issues like inflation, employment, and local governance. The Congress's fixation on pet topics has alienated many allies who see them as a distraction from the coalition's larger goals. Just look at how the opposition parties are bickering openly over what ought to be debated first in Parliament this session. Each party is pulling in different directions, while the Congress appears unwilling to budge on its plan to stay stubbornly focused on the Adani issue, something the Congress's allies openly question the sense in. To the credit of Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party, they have refused to budge. They say, this is all we want debated first. It is therefore not surprising that several alliance partners are now calling for a reassessment of leadership. They recognize that the India alliance needs a new direction. They also recognize the importance of the Congress party, but they don't believe the Congress party any longer has the right to lead. One that is less reliant on a stagnant Congress and more focused on dynamic, results-oriented leadership is what they want. This shift is not about sidelining the Congress. It is about ensuring the survival and success of the alliance as a whole, they say. But the Congress, weighed down as it is by boss pleasers who'd rather hide the reality than risk having to be accountable themselves, are happy to rest on the laurels of 99 seats won in the Lok Sabha election, seeing that as a free pass. And when things don't quite work out, well, you can always blame the EVMs.